Welcome to Let's Build a Willys Jeep. This is going to be a multiple part series on how to properly wire your Willys Jeep. As you can see, we got a big box of wires here that have to be installed into your Jeep, and this will be a process. This wiring harness kit came from Walk's 4-wheel drive parts, if you guys are wondering. And it comes all the wires with all the leads on them already soldered on, all the clips, the loom on, electrical tape all ready for your install. And it comes with directions as well on how to install your wires and where they exactly go. Part 1 of the series will be the main wiring harness, and this is the biggest wire here with the electrical tape wrapped around it, and that will be the first wire for this installation. Your CJ2A main wiring harness will look like this when it's pulled out of the box, and you can see there are multiple different leads on this wire. I am now going to go over your main harness here and kind of give you guys a general idea of where each groups of wires goes and where they terminate to. And this section right here will be located inside the firewall, so underneath the dashboard where my hand is. Starting at the bottom here, this right here will connect to your amp meter. This is your dash light, so the light will be connected onto this socket on the wire that's already pre-installed. This group of wires right here will be for your turn signal switch right here. And there are 5 leads right here, and the 5 wires will connect, and the colors represent different things. I'll go over that later. And now this group of 5 wires with these leads that allow a screw to be threaded through them will be attached to your light switch. Now going up the wire, we are over to these leads, and these will connect to your rear harness. And then if we flip this little instruction manual over, it'll go to your tail light harness, and this is another wire right here. And now we just keep moving down the wire. Now we are on this section of your main harness, and these will connect to your high beam, low beam dimmer switch. These 4 right here. Well, this right here, this blue wire with the 2 tracers will connect to your horn. And now we're at the very bottom of your wiring harness, and these will connect to your horn that's mounted on your fender. Now we're at the very bottom of your main wiring harness, and these 3 wires right here will terminate into a 3-post junction block. And these 2 wires will be for your turn signal lights. Push your wiring harness through the firewall, and you want it up to the point where the connections where the rear harness will be attached will be the inside, as well protected from the engine compartment, and the rest of the wires will be now connected to their proper locations. Feed your wiring harness through the firewall, and make sure you install your rubber garment onto your firewalls. You don't want these wires to get damaged. And the wires will just kind of fall in place is where they're supposed to go. Where these 5 wires come out of your harness, that will be where your high beam, low beam switch is, and that's pretty straightforward. And then it'll come up the firewall, and there will be these 2 wires sticking out right here that'll attach to your horn, and then these wires will go to your 3-post junction block, and those wires will then branch off onto your front grille. To make it real simple for you guys, I've just already connected all the wires. I'll go through where I connected each wire. Make sure when you're installing these wires, you put the wire in between your star washer, so the wire goes in between your brass terminal. Then there's the wire, then your washer, and then right under the screw. Very important that you have it in that orientation. The yellow with the 1 black tracer is connected to your left side on your light switch, and that is for your parking light. The center terminal is your blue wire with your 3 white tracers, and that is for your headlights. And now on the right side of your light switch is this red wire with the 1 white marker, and this right here is for your rear tail lights. And finally, you have to install your circuit breaker inside terminal wire, and this is your green with the 1 white tracer, and it goes on the inside, I guess you could say, stud on your light switch, as this is considered your accessory terminal, and this terminal right here will be for your power. Now it's time to install your turn signal, and to do so you have to understand what color of wire goes to what color of wire on your main wiring harness. And there are a few connections, and it's an easy type connection. Just buy yourself some of these kind of ends, just crimp them on, and they just plug right in to your harness like that. And it's a very simple, quick and easy install. I will now go over the different colors of wires. Blue is ground, black will be connected to your 3-way flasher, yellow and green are for your front, left and right turn signals, your brown and orange cable are for your rear turn signals, left and right, and finally your red is for your brake light. Now I'll go over the connections onto your main harness, and the red is your brake light that attaches to the green with the 1 white tracer. Then your brown and orange connect to your yellow with the 1 black tracer, and as of right now just connect them to either or, and they'll have to be figured out when the Willys is all connected with power to get the left and right figured out, so anyone will do for now. And finally your green and yellow attach. The green attaches to your black with the 1 white tracer, and the yellow attaches to your red with the white tracer. Now install the wire that comes from your main harness to your amp gauge, and that is your black wire with 2 red tracers, and that attaches to the L point, or the passenger side of your amp gauge.